Hey there, learners. Today you are going to be watching this video about Charlemagne and answering the multiple choice questions on your Google document that you will find in Google Classroom.
Today we're going to learn about Charlemagne, one of the most powerful kings of Europe. Charlemagne was born around the year 742 CE as the son of Pepin the Short, who was also king of the Franks. The Franks were a Germanic people who lived in what is now known as Belgium, France, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Germany.
What three modern-day countries were controlled by the Franks? A. England, Scotland, and Ireland, or B. France, Belgium, and Germany? Highlight the correct answer on your document now.
Very little is known about Charlemagne's childhood to this day, but it is known that he grew tall and strong and was good at learning languages. When Charlemagne's father died in 768, his kingdom was divided between Charlemagne and his brother, Carloman, who didn't get along very well. But once his brother died...
Fun fact. Legend says that Charlemagne murdered his brother by poisoning him. We don't have concrete evidence to support this, but it is the lore that has been passed down over generations.
died, Charlemagne became the only ruler of the kingdom. He was also known as Charles the Great, which is what Charlemagne translates into.
Number 2. Charlemagne translated to A. Charles the Great, or B. Charlie Brown?
As king, Charlemagne's main goal was to unite all of the people of his kingdom under one rule and one religion, which was Christianity.
Charlemagne wanted to unite his kingdom with Christianity, Confucianism, Judaism, or Islam. Highlight the correct answer on your Google Doc now.
Charlemagne was a skilled military leader and used his talents and his army to bring other people under his rule. These people included the Avars, which is now Austria and Hungary, the Lombards, what is now Italy, and Bavaria, along with other peoples. One of his most difficult opponents were the Saxons, the people of what is now known as Germany. They resisted him fiercely, but Charlemagne was determined to bring them under his rule, even though it required a great deal of violence and cruelty. Charlemagne was known for doing whatever it took to reach his goals of growing his kingdom. Also, anyone he forced into his kingdom was required to adopt the Christian religion as well.
Fun fact, Charlemagne used his knights to force people to accept his rule. They had two choices: accept Christianity and Charlemagne, or death. What would you do?
Charlemagne had a large family with multiple wives and as many as 18 children. It was also very important to him that his children became educated. At the time, only monks knew how to read and write, but
Number 4. Charlemagne wanted his family to be educated. True or false? Highlight the correct answer on your Google document.
Charlemagne believed it was important for kings and their families to be educated. This was very out of the ordinary for his day. Despite being cruel to his enemies, Charlemagne was known to be a good father. During the time of Charlemagne's reign, the Christian church, based in Rome, was concerned about being taken over by its enemies. Because Charlemagne was Christian, he gave much of his money to support the church in Rome. The leader of the church in Rome was called the Pope, and at this time his name was Pope Leo III. In order to create a strong alliance between Rome and Charlemagne, so he could protect them, Pope Leo III crowned Charlemagne Emperor of the Romans in 800 CE on Christmas Day. It's St.
Number 5. Charlemagne was crowned by the A. Pope, B. Pastor, C. Priest. Highlight the correct answer on your Google document now.
At St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. This gave people and leaders throughout Rome even greater respect for Charlemagne.
Fun fact, Christmas Day was chosen because it was the most holy or sacred day of the year to Christians.
After taking control of much of Europe, and even though he did it in a very violent way, Charlemagne did a good job at taking care of the lands he had conquered.
Number 6, Charlemagne controlled most of Europe. A, true, or B, false? Highlight the correct answer on your document now.
He allowed people to keep most of their laws and customs and let them rule themselves. Because he believed in education, he had schools built and used his money to pay teachers.
Number 7, what important structures did Charlemagne build throughout his empire? A, schools, B, museums, C, courthouses, or D, palaces? Highlight the correct answer on your document.
He also pushed for schools to use an alphabet that was the same everywhere, so people could communicate better within his empire. He also wanted the economy to be strong in his empire. An economy relates to how people buy and sell things. He worked to have common money used throughout his empire to make it easier for people to buy and sell goods. He ordered the construction of a
Number 8, why did Charlemagne demand a common form of money? A, so his face could be on the coins, or B, to make it easier to buy and sell goods? Highlight the correct answer on your document.
great canal, the Fossa Carolina, to connect the Rhine and Danube rivers. A canal is a man-made river. The uniting of these lands and the result of his reforms are called the Carolingian Renaissance. He also became known as the Father of Europe. Charlemagne often
Number 9, what is another name Charlemagne is known as? A, the Savior of Europe, or B, the Father of Europe?
moved through his empire, living in different lands in order to help govern them, and pushed his reforms. He was also known to be very athletic. He liked hunting, horseback riding, and swimming. Because of his activity, Charlemagne was known to be very healthy most of his life. But during the last 4 years, he had fevers and started to limp. In 1813, he crowned his son, Louis the Pious, as co-emperor. In 814, when Charlemagne died, Louis became the empire. He was buried in a cathedral in Aachen, ending a reign of more than 40 years. It is incredible to think of all that was accomplished during his reign.
Number 10, Charlemagne died at 814. True or false? Highlight the correct answer in your document. Thank you guys for watching the video today.